Have you ever stopped to wonder why, despite all our incredible progress, so many people still feel trapped? We've conquered space, connected continents in seconds, and built machines that think of us. Yet millions wake up every day trying to survive another round of bills, taxes, and stress. Something in this picture just doesn't add up. Somewhere along the line, humanity built a system that rewards greed, punishes compassion, and calls it success. That's where contributionism comes in, a vision introduced by Michael Tellinger, who asked a simple but revolutionary question. What if we stopped competing and started contributing? Today I'd like to explore how contributionism could help us move beyond the pitfalls of consumerism, selfishness, and political dysfunction, and toward a world where every person truly thrives. Let's start by looking at the system we live in. We call it capitalism, or democracy, or the free world. But how free are we really? We are born into debt, schooled to obey, and told that happiness can be bought if we just work hard enough. From the moment we can walk, the message is clear. Consume more, earn more, own more. The result? A society where people measure their worth not by what they give, by what they have. Where companies profit from planned obsolescence, where nature is mined for profit, where empathy is treated as weakness. Even our politics, democracy itself, has become a game show. The louder voice wins, the richest candidate dominates, and the people are left voting for the lesser of two evils. Behind the scenes, the true power often lies not in parliaments, but in boardrooms and those who fund them. This is not freedom. It's a beautifully packaged form of control. Now, some say, well, capitalism is broken, so maybe communism was the answer. But we've seen that movie too, haven't we? Communism promised equality, the idea that everyone shares in the wealth. But in practice, it replaced one ruling class with another. Power shifted from corporations to bureaucrats, but the outcome was the same. A few people at the top controlling the many below. Central planning stifled creativity. Individual compassion was replaced by obligation. Without the joy of creation, people stopped dreaming and the system decayed. So here we are, stuck between two outdated ideologies. Capitalism, which celebrates greed, and communism, which suffocates initiative. Surely humanity, with all its brilliance, can do better than this? That's where contributionism steps forward, not as another ism, but as an evolution of human thinking. The foundation is simple. Instead of chasing money, each person contributes a few hours of their skills, energy, and creativity each week to projects that benefit everyone in the community. In contributionist town, or in a contributionist town, there's no competition for survival. There's collaboration for prosperity. Imagine this. The local bakery doesn't exist to make a profit. It exists to feed the community. The energy grid is owned by the town, powered by local solar, wind, or water. The school is not a business, but a thriving center of knowledge and creativity. No one is forced to contribute. They want to, because every contribution directly improves their own quality of life. And through blockchain technology and community tokens, everything is transparent and very well controlled. Every hour contributed can be recorded and rewarded fairly, not with debt-based money, but with tokens that represent genuine participation and value. Contributionism isn't a theory. It's already been tested in real communities, and it works because it restores trust, purpose, and fairness to daily life. Beyond the practical, there's something ever deeper happening here, a spiritual renewal. When we move from competition to contributionism, something changes inside us. We stop asking, what can I get? And start asking, what can I give? And in that single shift transforms everything. It rebuilds community spirit. It reconnects us with nature. It redefines wealth, not as accumulation, but as abundance shared. The greed, selfishness, and isolation that have defined the modern world begin to dissolve. Because once people work with each other, instead of against each other, the system scarcity loses power. Children grow up seeing adults cooperating, building gardens, repairing homes, teaching skills, and sharing joy. And that generation will carry the seeds of a different kind of civilization. Now, some will say that sounds too idealistic. But wasn't it idealistic to imagine flying, or landing on the moon, or communicating across oceans instantly? Every leap forward began as an impossible idea. Contributionism isn't about fantasy. It's about reclaiming common sense. Humans are social beings. We thrive when we share, cooperate, and build together. Our ancestors knew it. Tribes, villages, and early communities lived this way for thousands of years before money replaced meaning. We're not inventing something new. We're remembering something ancient and giving it modern tools. And here's the irony. True democracy, real people-powered governance, may only exist inside contributionism. Because when citizens directly create, manage, and benefit from their local systems, they become active participants, not just voters. There are no politicians to bribe, no elections to manipulate, just citizens deciphering together, transparently, how to build a better life for all. That's not politics, that's evolution. So, where do we begin? Not with massive revolutions or slogans, but with one small town. A single community where people choose cooperation over consumption, where everyone contributes a little and gains a lot, where local abundance replaces global dependence. When that happens, when one small town thrives, others will notice. And that spark will spread until the world we once thought impossible becomes inevitable. So I leave you with this question. What can you contribute? Because in the end, that's how we build a future worth living, not through greed or competition, but through kindness, creativity, and a shared purpose. This is Contributionism, the blueprint for a thriving world.